the game here for SSG tonight. They have Graves, Elise, Annie, Darius, and Leo on the opposing team. Meanwhile, SSG is repping the
You can beat me
Sivir,
at 6 done.
Jaina,
Sure.
Pants, LB, and Nah.
Yeah, but if you
Time
just
to
let 'em
switch to
push
my
up,
solo
put 'em.
channel.
Channel switched.
Get rid of the random voices for everybody tonight. SSG was able to win their last game. Sorry to bring this to you late tonight. I'm starting very late. We'll only be having one match for you due to the inconvenience. But I'm very excited to see the Sivir Jaina matchup there. We've been, I heard talk that the Sivir is a good matchup against the Graves and is supposed to win that matchup if the skill level is the same. The Pantheon Darius, oh sorry, I'm mistaken. I thought Pantheon was Boogie there for some reason, but it is Fail, and he is in the jungle for this one. Light Bay has the LeBlanc for center lane, and Boogie is up top with Nar matching up with that Darius, and it should be an interesting one. I'm expecting a good fight from there. Now the Annie versus Darius, that's going to be neat as well. Never know what can happen. And while we wait, just put on some beats while we wait, guys, for the game to begin. Oreo, that's what their names could be. Whoa, wait. LS versus SSG. Oreo is ASG, or SSG. Had to change the song for reasons unbeknownst. And we'll turn it off as the game is about to begin. And we want to be ready for it. Sorry for all that. Hopefully we see some solid gameplay here. We'll get to see the guys come out of the gate quick. I haven't seen an Elise jungle in a very long time. And especially in ranked play, this is going to be different. The Panth jungle is a common occurrence now. It's a very good one. With the Dragon Slayer skin. Get rid of that all. Sorry guys. I screwed up my gameplay settings here. There we go. Making sure everything's okay there. Let's check it out up here, see what these guys are up to. Back to the bottom, looking at LS. They're just playing some safety here as the wards have gone down. LS has 3 down into their jungle, so you can't get in there without them knowing it, except for up top in the blue, but Elise is standing right there, so they are ready for anything. Meanwhile, SSG does not have it as warded early here, but it's not that big of a deal as we start. It will, as the game goes on, of course, become a big deal. The Dunkmaster Darius, hopefully he's a good one. I believe the Pantheon fail complete for SSG is starting straight blue, not going to start Gromp or anything like that. And here begins the farm. LeBlanc decides to jump right on Annie quickly as they're mowing down on blue. Pantheon has that block, so he gets to keep a lot of health back. It's not bad for him to do this. Reason why champs do start Gromp is because it gives them that extra damage. Hello. And they get to do that. Hey man, I'm just broadcasting the SSG rank game right now. As Darius takes a swipe at Gnar, it's a big one. And the damage is about even. They've been trading evenly here. Gnar's probably getting the better end of the farm. We'll take a look at that later on in the game as it's more frequent to see. Here we'll pop it up. And at the moment, Sivir is behind in farm to Graves, not very much. That Annie is really mashing it up. Just gonna drag here, get our supports with supports. Boom. This is getting wacky, I know. Shush. And it's all set up properly there for the scoreboard. As we see, the jungle is ahead for AS, or LS I should say. Darius is leading top. Ooh. This does not look good for SSG as early on in the game, the farm is heading over to LS's side. We will have to see where it goes from here as I take the scoreboard away for a cleaner picture. Boogeyman's losing his health, but remember, he does go into large Gnar, giant Gnar, mega Gnar, whatever you'd like to call it. They're doing some damage down on the Leona as Pantheon jumped in to stun. He's taking the damage, but they're doing more to them. As Pantheon's getting the damage down, he gets stunned by Elise. They're moving in, they're chasing, they want this. Sivir flashes. Oh, the Elise jumps. Where's she gonna go? Ah, there she goes down, and she is slain by the Pantheon. Jumps right on him, and he gets the free kill as they jump out early, SSG, with the first blood, and now have a 200 gold lead. It's not much, but it's a start. It can lead to something big as we keep going here into the game. Gnar's leading in that trade now. He's recovered health and able to throw some damage down on that Darius, who does not recover health as fast as Gnar can, as when he changes into Mega, he recovers a little bit of that health that he's lost. He's able to jump away after the Darius pull. He's looking like he's going to have to back with that low health, and Gnar's going to be able to either catch up and farm or pull ahead.
It's okay to talk.
Oh, it's going to be a while.
Oh, okay.
As we see, Gnar has pulled ahead in farm. That Annie still has a 10 farm lead, or 8 I should say. But Darius's teleport must have gone down as he's gotten back to top lane very quickly. I did not keep my eye on that, unfortunately. Sorry, folks. We'll keep it going here. As we see, Gnar's throwing down the poke, and LS has that gank ready. He doesn't have the ward in, and here it comes. He's not changing into Mega Gnar anytime soon. He's going to have to flash. He gets away. Will it be enough? As Elise jumps, she won't be able to get close enough as he's out of the circle in time. Pantheon's making a move. Gnar sees it. They're going to try something. Nope. Back off as the LS team sees it coming, and they back away and just try and play safe, maybe catch one of the other two on SSG or Arrow, as you see on the screen, out of position. He misses his boomerang catch. Pantheon just walks through middle to try and scare off the Annie a little bit, throws a spear and pokes as the gold has been brought back to even as LS is able to outfarm SSG. And there comes the pull. Is he going to be able to throw down the damage? He is, and he slays Boogie Time Gnar. And there's the first kill for blue team LS as Leona ease in on him, but gets Cloud and throws down some damage, tries to get the stun down on Sivir, but it's no go, and that Cloud was from their own teammate, actually. They're trying to get the Janna and Sivir away from Leo. Here comes the Panth. Is he going to be able to get a stun down on Graves or Leo? He goes for the Leo, but Graves did walk in. He might have been able to get the Graves there. I don't know. They aren't able to throw down enough damage to get a kill. He throws a poke, and that's enough for now, as Sivir is about a quarter health and is not able to regain it fast enough. She has popped a health pot trying to get back up to full health. Leo with the E. She's diving in, wants to get that damage done. Throws out the Q from Sivir. They do a little damage. Not enough, but it's enough to scare away the Graves and Leo combo. Panth is coming in, lands the stun, but gets stunned himself. Gets some damage down. There's the LB jump, but it does not do enough damage. She throws down the ignite as well. It will not be enough, but it will force the Annie to back, and LeBlanc can get some safe farm. As we see, due to the farming, LS is pulling ahead in the gold lead. They have the 500 gold lead. Up here, I don't know what's gonna happen. I need to get my sound up here, so just give me a moment, guys. We want to hear the game, don't we? Let's turn it up. Get some voice volume sound effects in here. Not too loud, though, so you can still hear me talk. And there it is. Alrighty, and hey, Froggy, thank you for joining the broadcast as we go along here. LB with the dive. Here comes Panth. He gets the stun after the flash. Throws down the Q. Here comes the E with the armor shed. As they are able to get the quick kill down on Annie and pull them back into the gold position. And they are now 100 behind instead of the 5. As Gnar's making his way onto the Darius, trying to throw some damage down. Forces the flash out. He is down to half health. And he's got some time left there as the Mega Gnar. Let's see where it goes from here. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Just trying to get some farm. Leo's lurking in the bushes there, bottom lane, throwing some wards down, trying to see what they get. Team SSG sees that she's there, knows what's going on, not going to be caught off guard, that's for sure. LB and LeBlanc are now up top, trying to get some damage down as they have gotten the kill on the Darius. That was a quick one. They just blew him up with that LB damage, of course, right? Here comes the teleport. Who's coming in? It is Gnar! Mega Gnar, to be exact. Throws down the slow, gets some damage down. Not enough. There goes the top turret. Pantheon trying to throw some damage down. It will not be enough, though, as Elise gets the kill. And they get the Leo kill. Does Sivir, taking some turret hit, though, gets out of the range. And now they will be able to take down this bottom turret. What? Some fancy plays by SSG there to come out with 2 turrets and only 1 death. And they also came out with 2 kills on top of that, which pulls them into a 2.5 K lead. Sorry. LeBlanc's trying to throw some damage down here. Here comes Tibbers. She is doubled. What's she gonna do? Tries to throw down the damage. It is enough, but she gets ignited as well. Will she be able to survive? She pops a biscuit, I believe I heard her pop there, and she survives and throws the kill down on Annie. That was a nice little battle, and it gives them about 3k gold lead, just shy of that, sorry, at 2.5 once again, I guess. Let's see where it goes. Bring up the score screen here, and we will see that Graves has an 8 farm lead on the SSG Sivir here, as LS is making their move for the dragon. Pantheon tries to come in and see what he can do. Will he be able to get the smite? He does not get the smite and will trade his life for the attempt. It is an unfortunate one. Darius comes in with it. Elise tries to jump up, and they lock up the LB kill. Not smart plays here by SSG. They went in one by one there, and they got caught out. As we again take a look at the score, the Annie has almost now officially 16 farm lead on the LeBlanc in middle lane. Darius has pulled the 3 farm lead on Gnar, while Elise and Pantheon are almost even in the jungle. LS is looking to take down the middle turret. Pantheon's going to ulti, and he won't be able to save the turret, and he's going to fall for his efforts with no teammates around. That may have been the wrong call in that situation. It can be smart thinking sometimes. I thought the flash was coming from the Gnar. He just pulls over the hop and gets out of there, safe and sound. He's not going to risk dying at this point, as Team LS has caught up in kills now, 5-5, after SSG pulled ahead. They now have to buckle down and hopefully keep their push going on the objectives, as they do lead in towers, having only lost one, but LS does have that dragon advantage on them. The two of the AP champs pushing down here, as here comes the Sivir to try and throw in the damage. Does not get there in time, as the minion wave has been pushed back away from turret and did aggro her. They're trying to get it close again here, so hopefully they can throw down enough damage to take it. But with that Annie standing close by, it's scary to go anywhere near with that Tibbers on the lurk. It is up, and you don't want to get caught by that. It can really hurt you, as Leo's going to clear the pink ward, has the Elise come in for support, and Jaina backs right off. LB is lurking though. She hits her slow. Will it stun her? She gets stunned, blasts off, and blasts back, and she sees the 2 teammates for Leo come in and decide, no more, got my poke, let's back off. Don't want to get caught out at this point. Pan throws down another ward there. They throw one down too, just so they don't get caught out. And let's look at that ward coverage actually. As we see, red team, SSG, has 3 wards down. Now, one of them is the Baron Crab, Scuttle Crab. Blue team, I believe, they got this map warded right up with 6 sight wards and a vision ward. That is very handy. As they try and catch the Leo out of place, LeBlanc gets the stun down, Jaina gets her whirlwind, Sivir gets the damage, Leo gets the LeBlanc locks down that kill with a nice basic attack, I believe, as they go back to the mid lane, push it up, and hopefully can secure a turret. But Team LS is surrounding it, trying to throw down the protection. There goes the Tibbers, and they blast the Sivir as they catch Hunted out of position, and he goes down. Is Bowie gonna go the same way? No, he's able to get away with the Jaina ult to save him. That was very handy on her part. He gets stuck there in the turret. Pants tries to help. He's gonna get caught. He gets dunked, and the Darius follows it up with the kill, as they are able to pick 2 SSG team members off in that little fight or skirmish, as we will call it here. And they come out with no deaths on that one. Remember that. Leona got picked out earlier. Elise hops up there trying not to take any damage. LeBlanc gets the stun down. Oh, there's the Leo ult for the stun. She eased in. Is she going to get caught though as Jaina gets it back? And she does. They get the kill, but Elise and team take down the second tier turret middle as she hops up and onto Sivir, trying to get some damage down. She throws some damage back, and they back off, having lost one there in the exchange for the turret. Now SSG is pushing back. They really want to get it going here. Team LS has caught up in objectives. Dragon is going to repop in a minute here. There's SSG's third turret, but LS does have a second tier where SSG does not. They do have some pressure on those second tier turrets. They'll have to keep it up here as Jaina almost gets caught out, has her teammates come to try and help her, and she gets away, and LS backs off. She's going to back now along with Sivir. Pantheon and LeBlanc are looking around Dragon, trying to keep it warded and be ready to snag it in about 45 seconds. Not sure if they have the time of themselves. They probably don't, as it was taken down quickly and they did not get near it in time. They take the Scuttle Crab, and Blue lays down a ward. There's one by Panth to keep that bush warded for themselves as well. They don't want to get caught with their pants down at this point, especially when they try and take drag. They don't want to start taking it and end up giving Team LS a leash pretty much. Everybody is set up here as Dragon spawns. They are now going to do the dance as it's known, the Dragon Dance. LS pushes forward, and they have gotten position in front and have poked it and are now starting it up and are waiting for Graves. Here comes the Pantheon as well for SSG. They fall back now as they don't have the damage. Here comes the fight. Nard launches in. Here comes Panth. They take down the Elise. He goes after the Darius immediately as he knew that was going to be thrown down. But that Tibbers ult from Annie does so much damage, and Gnar and Pantheon are both taken out, as I'm sure Darius threw down a dunk in the process. Here comes some more teamfight action. Annie is able to lock up LeBlanc as LeBlanc locks up Darius. Sivir may fall here, and she is able to get away thanks to that Jaina ult that pushes everybody away, and Annie just lives after throwing down hundreds of damage there. She has a small amount of health left, and Jaina's looking to tease her a little bit, screw around with her, and make sure she can't get back right away. Gnar's looking around. He has teleported in. He's going to try and come in for the cleanup. OG keeping that Annie around. That looked like it was a hit. But Gnar got pushed away due to the Elise and Leo showing up and pushing him away, so he could not get into that mid lane. Sorry, Elise and Graves, I should say. As both teams regroup and go for wards and D wards, they're gonna set up again to try and snag this dragon. It looks like Darius is going to keep himself top. It's going to be a 4-on-5 coming up, most likely. The red team really has it warded up, SSG does at this point. Chasing down the Elise, not such a great idea, as here comes everybody. Darius had his teleport, that's why he stayed up there. He could come in at any time needed. Leo hits that ult. Darius tries to hit the pull through the wall, just misses it. Wards are laid down. Everybody is able to fall back, but they are not able to secure Dragon or a kill at this point. They have gotten it down to half health, but it looks like they will not be able to lock it up right away here as LS moves in and are trying to lock it up themselves. Sivir's getting thrown down by Darius. She throws on her spell shield and ult as he throws down the dunk. Oh, mad damage thrown out by Graves as he's thrown down by Sivir. She gets the Darius as well, and he throws down the ulti to try and get the Sivir. It does not work. Tibbers is a long ways away as Gnar comes in on Annie. He's getting slowed. He flashes, trying to lock down the kill on the most dangerous of the team as she just nails him every time. He misses his Q, but gets the basic attack down for the kill. Sivir lives, as does Gnar. Jaina, LeBlanc, and Pantheon died, but that's a nice trade for SSG as they pick up the 4 for 3 and lock up everybody that has really been dealing the damage in this game. Graves has so much output, as does Darius and Annie. It's been nuts. And that Leo has just been getting the stuns all day long, especially with the ult. I have yet to see her miss one of those. Even though it's hard to miss, it happens. We'll have to see where it goes from here as Boogie's trying to take the blue. Here comes Elise. He's going to have to get out of there. He gets stunned, though. He's going to walk away as they don't want to risk walking into the rest of the team as they probably can't see it. SSG red team has the bottom side red and dragon area warded like a mofo at this point. You can't walk down there without them knowing. The downside is their blue, top side blue and their own red are not warded as well. They do have some there, but it's not as good as they move in on the red to try and snag a kill. Elise jumps. There's the LB. She fail flashes. Jaina hits her ult for some heals there. LeBlanc comes in, does the jump, and gets the huge explosion for the kill, and they end up blocking one up there. It looked good at first, got a bit sketchy, and then they cleaned it up. Darius gets a tower out of all of that, and there is their third tower, catching up in tower objectives to Team SSG at this point. They show themselves out of that bottom lane bush. It's not very worth at this point. It looks like Pantheon was going to throw down an ult. Decides better of it as it's so close to the turret at this point, and they don't have enough health to throw down what they want to throw down. As they go to secure their blue, LB already has one. Do they end up they give her that one to refresh? Darius and Nar are doing a little battle top lane like usual. He throws down some pokage there, a little Q. He's about to become Mega Nar. He's down to fight. Let's see it happen. Nope, Darius knows it's going to happen, and he makes his way away from the Nar, not wanting to deal with that at this time. Elise walks right by the pink ward. They see her coming. He jumps over the stun. He stuns her himself, knocks her back into the wall. There's the Sivir. She's going to land right there, and here comes the damage. LB locking the kill up for the secure. Pantheon has ulted in. They do a chase, but it comes of naught as they are pushed back as Team LS makes their way towards the blue. They will now try and secure Baron buff as Graves locks up first tier bottom turret. Darius is coming to take a peek as he thinks he knows what might go on. He sees it, I'm sure of it, and decides, no use, I'm going to back away. They have that locked up. They're going to back off as they lose second tier bottom turret for that as well. 2 turrets for the one. LB stayed in place. She's going to go to the middle and farm that up. As they lock up their red buff, they're going to have to start some sort of push here if they want to use this Baron buff at all. And Nar's heading top to start a split as Sivir is bottom and has her super minions with her. Let's see if the other 3 decide to go middle here on the 3 mid for Team LS. They make a move on Jaina and LeBlanc. They get the Tibbers all down on the Jaina, but are not able to secure it as Pantheon moves into mid and pushes it a tiny bit. Excuse me. Jaina backs to safety as she needs to heal. She was real low. She was an easy kill if anybody saw it near them. Nar, boogie time, throwing some pokes down here. Pantheon comes in with the stun. The flash from Darius though, and he gets away as he's able to get under his turret there. Sivir steals the Krugs from the Elise there as LB is thwarting, and the blue team, LS, is now making a move on middle to try and save that, as Nar and Pantheon take out top turret and get themselves another objective as they catch up to blue team. It's now 5-4 in that category. They're locking up Darius. It looks like they're going to get the kill. Pantheon snags it up, but 3 of LS members are now coming to try and clean them up. It will be of no use as SSG is now locked up bottom second tier as well and catch Team LS in objective. The last one they need is that middle turret, and it looks like LB Light Bay is working on that, and it looks like he will get it. He does, and moves his team ahead in objectives. Tries to poke down the Annie, unsuccessful. Pantheon takes Team LS, Team Blue. He takes their blue buff. Leo's trying to mess around with Nar. May not be the smartest move, but here comes Annie. That Tibbers is scary, and Nar knows it, so he backs right off. And as that's all going down, Nar's drawing 3 or 4 of them to the top area. That secures his team the second dragon or first dragon for Team SSG. I'm a little behind on the numbers. I'm sorry, guys. Let's look at the scores here. Team SSG has been able to hang in there and farm. Unfortunately, their average farm is lower. Not by much, but by the tiniest bit. They are tankier at this point, and that will help them. LB seems to have a bit more AP on her side. Just LeBlanc has that magic penetration, which will be very handy, especially with that Tibbers. As Elise throws down LeBlanc, they get the Nar as well with the Darius pull and bleed. That Tibbers is quite scary. The damage output by the blue team is becoming outrageous as they blow up 2 SSG members without any effort, it seemed. It looked like it was with ease. But SSG gets out of there with 3 members still alive and almost at full health. The problem there was probably they weren't able to get their focus down. They had to do they were only able to do damage to certain ones, and it was one-on-one practically for them. Meanwhile, LS was able to get one of them at a time and blow them the fuck up, as we would say. Now, they clear the red buff as they are going back. They don't want to let enemy team take that. Even though it is theirs, they're going to consider the enemy jungle is now theirs, it looks like. As SSG has really been taking care of that part of the game, roaming into the enemy jungle and taking their jungle camps there. Sivir has moved ahead of that Graves and Farm, which will be very handy as this game goes on. It's nearing the 30-minute mark. We've just hit 29, and the team fights have been quite entertaining to this point. I'm interested to see how the next one will happen, especially if it is one where both teams see it coming and both teams are ready for it. I want to see which one has the upper hand at this point. SSG does have the upper hand in objectives with a 6-5 tower lead, giving them the lead in the global gold as well, as they have 47.8k. Meanwhile, Team LS, Team Blue has 43.7. So about a 5k, 4.5k gold lead for Team SSG at this point, as wards are being laid down, and it looks like a team fight is about to break out as Pantheon's making his way to mid. He wants to clear the CS up top there in the middle lane and get his minion wave up to where his teammates are, as LB goes to do the same with bot lane. LS is making their move. They really are trying to catch one of these SSG members out of position at this time. As it goes down, Leo hits the E, but Pantheon ults in, separates her from her team, but Panth gets blown off for that ult. Will there be enough damage thrown down? No! Graves is throwing down enough to take them out. LeBlanc gets the Leona. That is it at this moment as Darius takes down the Gnar, and it is 3 for 1 at the time. Jaina looks like she's getting away. LB is blown up by Annie as she walks by. Jaina throws on a shield. Looks like LS is going to try and make a move for Dragon once it pops. They do not have timing for Baron and do not realize it's popping in less than 2 seconds here. As we speak, it comes up. And they are still just moving. They're going to push and try and secure a tower probably. Pantheon has respawned. And LS is ahead in the kill game. So that's keeping them in there in gold. And will probably give them a slight advantage as we go on here. They have a better team fight it looks like at this point. With so much damage coming out so quick. SSG is just not able to handle it. With LB, Pantheon, and Sivir being somewhat squishy, along with Jaina, their tank being the Gnar. Meanwhile, Team LS has that Leona, the Darius, as well as Elise somewhat, but it does not seem she's going that way at the moment. She does have a few tank items, but she's not as tank as the others. And that's a huge advantage. If you have more health than the enemy team, it's going to be harder to kill you. Gnar's looking risky here. He's clearing out a vision ward for Team LS. He is able to get it. Leo just throws down a sight ward there. After it's cleared, make sure they have it. And another one comes out there. They know exactly where SSG is almost at all times. Trying to snag one out of position. It looks like they might be able to do it as SSG is fairly spread out at the moment. Pardon me. They're trying to group up right now, but LS is not letting Gnar get to his teammates. They open it up here, but he goes a bit deep. Not too deep, though. The Annie was coming in, but Gnar was able to hop over the wall. Darius gets the pull on Jaina, and they snag her and blow her up like that. Leo gets the kill on it. They snag the LeBlanc as well, and she goes down. Leo is hitting some handy E's. He hits another one and a stun on Gnar. The dunk is laid down. He goes into Mega Gnar, lands some away, but the ult comes down from Graves, blows up Gnar. This may swing it just enough in the favor of LS here. They're looking to get Baron. Will SSG be able to hold it off, survive, and possibly make a turn here? This game is definitely going in LS's favor as we get later. The team fight is just uncomparable, and the ability to pick out opposing players with the CC from their team, as 4 out of 5 members have a stun or CC type ability. Red team, SSG, gets another dragon that will help them, but I don't know if it will be enough, as that is only their 3rd or 4th. Not quite yet that 5th, which will give them that over-the-top push for a bit, but who knows what will happen, as LS has regained a goal lead of almost 2k, about 1.9 in reality. Team SSG trying to figure out what they must do. They were going to take the blue buff, but they leave it be so LB can come down after she backs there from top lane and take it for herself, as she is the most useful to have that on for the team. They do a bit of dewarding, looking to see if the Baron buff's still there. They should know it's not. Pantheon fakes ult, does not do it. LS looking for those picks now. They know if they get one, they may be able to get more. He keeps faking that back, or ulti, I think, that's Pantheon. It looks really weird. I can't tell myself because I don't get a quick enough look at it. As Leo finally misses her E, You rarely see that happen tonight in this game, as LS has been on point, or I should say Leona of LS has been on point with those E's, hitting it, I'd say 90% of the time, which is fairly good, especially considering this is not your pro level gaming, right guys? This is high level, but not that high, as they take out the Jaina and LB with the Tibbers ult. Pantheon tries to ult in to save the turret. Elise ults up to get away from damage. They take the middle turret and inhibitor. They do have their minions behind them. They are going to straight dive the turret, and this looks like it's going to be game for SSG. They're not able to lock it down. There goes the dunk on Sivir as Darius pulls her in. He gets the kill. Nar's just looking to get a free fun kill here. He goes in. He will be thrown down after he turns to Meganar. Graves with the kill. They lock it all up. Lock down the Nexus. And that will be game as SSG falls to Team LSYS in a great matchup. Unfortunately, SSG was not able to pull it out of the bag tonight. Let's take a look at the graphs here for some of the things done. Let's damage dealt to champions. Annie, of course, was one of the leaders. Of course, led her team. Sivir had a lot as well, but we must remember a lot of the damage coming from SSG to champions was probably from poke. Meanwhile, most of the damage coming out from Team LS came from straight fights and blowing people up. They were not a poke team as you would consider it. They were an engage heavy team, and that's where most of their damage came from, and they still were able to hang with SSG, even though SSG had the same fight potential for damage output per se, and poke potential. Physical damage to champions. Of course, Annie's below, Graves is up there, and Sivir once again is the lead. Let's just check out some healing done. Of course, Jaina's at the top. Elise is also way up there. And of course, Gnar. Damage taken. Let's see these tanks. Gnar, with no doubt, took the most damage. I saw that coming. Let's check out some gold earned. Graves had the most, pushing the 15,000 mark. Sivir was closing in along with LB, but they never quite made it there. Let's see who did the most damage on the push side. Sivir for Team SSG. Meanwhile, Graves took a bunch out himself, and that was a well-played game. Just the other team was able to pull it out quite handily there in the end, unfortunately for Team SSG. That is it for tonight from Solid State Gaming Live. I hope everybody had a great night, and we will talk to you later. Enjoy your night, and have a great week, guys.